Super excited for this edition of the ES Fancast, and we got one of the most explosive players, I would say, in college football here in Jaydn Ott.
Thank you for having me. My goal has always been, since I was 4 years old, to make it to the NFL, and that's at the top of my list. No money could knock me off course to not want to get to that goal anymore.
Away from the draft, I know there's been a lot of speculations about the Colts drafting you, right? How do you feel about just getting ready for the draft?
Where I would want to go as a rookie for my first contract is somewhere where there's no income tax.
Who do you think is more competitive, JT on the football field, or Simone Biles in the gym doing her thing?
Dang, that's tough. You know what? I'm gonna have to go with
If you could instantly master any other sport, which one would you choose?
I played the wrong sport. I should have mastered golf. I'm pissed my dad didn't put me in golf or baseball.
Super excited for this edition of the ES Fancast, and we got one of the most explosive players, I would say, in college football here in Jaydn Ott. Jaydn, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, and you said you just finished a lift. How'd the lift go?
Yeah, it was good. We hit a little bit of upper body today, and then right before that, we were outside doing our summer conditioning. Today we have 4 quarters.
Okay. Love it. I think I want to start off by just talking about the state of college football, right? It's like we're moving into this 12-team playoff. It's been more competitive than ever, and you're a perennial Heisman candidate going into this season, a preseason All-American. You've captured not only a ton of headlines, but I would say redefining how the position is played on the field for the running back, right? And how it's represented. And as a standout player for Cal, a few things stick out to me. Definitely your explosiveness, your speed, ability to catch, right? That dual threat ability, and the vision you have to kind of get the most out of what you're given on a play. And we'll get into obviously your work ethic and passion for the sport in this episode. But can you break down to start what it was like being named preseason All-American and earning that honor?
Yeah, I mean, every season or every preseason, they give out all these watch list awards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Cal football posted. I mean, that's usually how I find out about it, is by Cal football posting it. And then they're like, "Oh, hey, you got this and this." It all sounds good, but honestly, awards have never been something that I strive. Well, I mean, everyone strives to get awards, but I mean, it's nothing that I've always had my eyes set on. Football is just something that I love to do. I love playing this game. It allows me to be able to provide for my family, and I have fun doing it, man. Like, every time I'll strap up the cleats and every time I'm out there on the field with my brothers, it's just a great time. Getting all these awards and hearing about it, these preseason watch list things, it's cool and all, but I mean, my eyes aren't set on that. It's just my eyes are set on, getting through this offseason with my team, getting everybody acquainted, all the newcomers with the transfer portal now. Every year we're getting 50 new faces on the team. So getting those guys
crazy.
And getting the freshmen acquainted, and being able to understand our system so well that I'm able to teach it to all these newcomers.
Now, you definitely had a breakout year last year. How are you approaching the off season in terms of adding tools to your game?
Yeah, no, I've heard a couple of things from scouts as far as my contact balance and strength. So that's something I've been working on this off season, is getting my weight up a little bit, getting a 210.
Okay.
Which is the heaviest I've ever been, but I've still been able to keep my speed so far during summer training and spring ball. And on top of adding weight and strength, working on my contact balance and pass protection, so I can bounce off a tackle, not be tackled by the first man, and then Of course, pass protection is one of the most important things at the running back position on being able to protect our quarterback.
We're 10 months away from the draft. I know there's been a lot of speculations about the Colts drafting you, right? They really like you and the potential you have on the team. And I would say when I watch you play, I mean, it's hard not to think Jonathan Taylor. Like, I don't know if you've heard that one before or you get any others, but it's like JT is the one that immediately sticks out. Like, how do you feel about, just kind of just getting ready from the draft and hearing these comparisons, teams, all this noise?
I mean, shoot, same thing with the awards. I mean, noise doesn't really get to me.
Yeah.
I keep the main thing, like I said, as long as with the NIL, you keep the main thing, and you don't hear listen to all that outside noise. Like, I feel like I'm gonna be straight. I mean, those comparisons, that's cool and all. I appreciate it, and I think it would be an honor to go to the Colts and play with Jonathan Taylor, man. Like, I even took a visit to Wisconsin. That's a two-time Doak Walker. Yeah, that's a two-time Doak Walker Award winner in college. Like, and that's crazy. So it would be awesome to be able to go play with Jonathan Taylor and learn things from him and see how he attacks his game. Like, I don't know. That's like asking a quarterback, how would it feel to go train with Tom Brady?
Yep.
I mean, dude, he's a baller. And I feel like any running back in the league, I have respect for all of them, because making it there isn't easy. Everybody has different challenges in their lives. And, to make it to the NFL and then to be a constant force in the game like Jonathan Taylor, like I have respect for him.
I love that. And any other teams or players that you want to play with or even just model your game after?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, would love to play with Christian McCaffrey, but I do talk a lot of mess about Stanford.
I was going to say that's that little rivalry right there. That's probably the biggest rival, right?
Yeah, that's our rival right there, man. But I mean, again, to learn from McCaffrey, one of the best running backs in the league, would be dope. But I think where I would want to go as a rookie for my first contract is somewhere where there's no income tax, so that during the off season.
See, they already put you on the business, huh?
Yeah, so during that off season, I want to go somewhere maybe like Nevada with the Raiders or maybe the Dolphins or the Bucks, because I'm trying to take that whole check during the off season.
Cowboys, you got to put the Cowboys in there, right? Texans.
Oh yeah, Cowboys.
Throw the Texas teams in there. Mm-hmm. Okay, I love it.
That's where my head's
at. They're teaching you right. Okay, I love where your head's at. That's funny. So we talked about the business of college sports earlier, and I wanted to get your thoughts on, obviously there's NIL, there's the recent introduction of revenue sharing. Do you think long term this is a positive for players, or do you think this is a distraction? And I would say I've seen quite a few players where this actually affects their ability to get drafted, and it's kind of like a distraction when it's like the real goal is to make it to NFL and get to that, right, that big contract. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's negative, but I mean there's pros and cons to everything. But I feel like for a lot of people, it is a pro. It is a good thing. Like, before, I feel like student athletes were definitely being exploited for the amount of money that we bring in to schools, and to not have anything besides that little stipend to live off of. I am happy that things have changed, and now we're being taken care of. But I think it does become a problem for some players, just because like, this is money that they've never had. But I mean, that's everywhere. When you get to the league, that's money that people have never had before. It's really all depends on the person, like what their ultimate goal is and how disciplined they are. I feel like as long as you keep the main thing, which is something I really do my best to do, because
Yeah.
my goal has always been since I was 4 years old to make it to the NFL, and
Hmm.
that's at the top of my list. You know, no money could, uh, could knock me off course to not want to get to that goal anymore.
Yeah.
But I think it is good that we're being taken care of. I think it just needs to be put into the right hands, and people have to be disciplined with it.
I I love that perspective, and that's also a perfect segue into talking about the big trip you guys got um, coming up in Europe, and that's with the collective. Do you want to break down that opportunity with you and your teammates going down to Italy?
Yeah, no. So with NIL, being a big thing now, and these collectives, our collective, Cal Legends at Cal, they've afforded us the opportunity to be able to go overseas, to Italy, and be able to teach the game that me and my teammates love to some kids in Italy. So I'm pretty sure we'll be coaching up some elementary, middle school, and maybe even some high school kids. Um, and we do that here in the States as well, and that's always a good
Yeah.
time. Hearing from these kids, hearing their stories. They always have some funny questions, and I just can't wait to take it overseas now. I think we're blessed, my teammates and I, to be able to go overseas and teach people about the game that we love. I know that overseas, a big football game is the other
Yeah.
football with your foot. So it'd be cool if we could have some Italian all stars break out over there and see what they're about.
I'm so fascinated by the type of questions you're gonna get, because if you think like the questions here are weird, like I can only imagine what you're gonna get about the game. Like how much do you think they understand about the game?
Man, I think I'm gonna be surprised. I feel
Yeah.
like they might know a lot more than I give them credit for knowing. But you never know. So it'll be funny to hear some of their questions. I'm sure,
Yeah.
especially in their accent. So I got to learn a little bit of Italian before I go over there, so I can
Yeah.
try and you know.
Do they at least teach you guys a little, basic Italian and how to hold the conversation? No?
We haven't learned it. I haven't learned a lick of Italian yet.
No. You
Yeah,
think Marshawn Lynch knows any Italian? Because I know he's gonna be coming
that's
out
what I'm
with y'all,
saying.
right?
So we'll be good. So we'll be good.
What's that like? Break that down for me. Like kind of traveling and having this experience with somebody like Marshawn, and obviously, you want to have a career like that, right? That would be a dream career to have for any aspiring running back.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I'm sitting in our running back room right now, and I look up at the wall. We got Marshawn Lynch's Pro Bowl jersey and his gloves from when he
Hmm.
was on the Bills. We have that hanging up in here, and we have a bunch of other running backs as well: Javid Best, C.J.
Yep.
Anderson, Shane Vereen, Justin Forsett, and of course Marshawn. Actually, I think they put Marshawn in the lobby. They put
Oh,
Marshawn in the
really?
lobby so everybody
Makes
could see.
sense.
Yeah, yeah, but man, I mean, when I come in here every day and I look up on the wall, it's just motivation. Like,
Yeah.
I think I'm very blessed to be able to have a connection with actually all of these running backs up here that I just mentioned, including Marshawn, who comes back into town pretty often. Um, yeah, man, like he's just offers so many gems. Um, a lot of guys see him on TV, and you know, I'm blessed to be able to have that interaction with him. And
Hmm.
last year there was a couple games where I had some questions, and we sat down on FaceTime, and he broke down the film with me.
Really?
So yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
You got to give
it-
me one thing, give me one film, you know, film kind of nugget that he broke down for you that surprised you, and then give me one thing off the field that he's told you that you really remember.
and let me see how do I put this in a clean version. Uh, on field, man, like You know, one tip he gave me is just um, being better with my relationships on the team. Not even really football, like
Yeah.
building better relationships and knowing my teammates as people, and not just my left tackle, my right tackle, my
Mhm.
center, my quarterback. You know what I mean? It really encouraged me to learn these people in depth, because at the end of the day, you know, these are people that I'm going to war with, and you can't just know him as a number or like his position. You know what I mean? So it encourages me
Yes.
to get to know my teammates outside of football, and that's something we've brought to the team, myself and other offensive captains.
Mhm.
Now we started doing offensive bonding events every Saturday. So we
Oh
go
wow.
out.
Okay.
Yeah, we've done the pool. We went up here on Strawberry Hill and we did the pool. Um, what else did we do? Oh, we watched the Tank Davis fight together as an offense. It was lit.
Nice.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, and
Y'all a
those
tank
are the only
fans?
two. Yeah, oh yeah. There was only
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
There was only one guy who wasn't a Tank fan. It was because the guy Tank was fighting was from Detroit, which is where my teammate CJ was from.
Okay.
So we were
Understood.
clowning him the whole time.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
funny.
but I mean, that's one thing he encouraged on the field is learning my teammates, and I could even say that for off the field as well, man. Like building connections and not burning bridges. You know, you never know who you might need to call on when you're down, and so you know he encourages me to build relationships with other people. And anytime I'm out with him, you know, you would think like, you know, he's such a big name, like everybody's walking up to him, you know, trying to say what's
Yeah.
up. And when I went out with them one time in Vegas, you know, everybody's coming up to him saying, "Hey, Marshawn this, Marshawn that," and he was cool enough to say, "Hey, this is Jaydn." Like he introduced me to these people,
Wow.
and then me and those other people got connected, and then you know, like it just opened up a world of opportunities for me. So you know, I'm blessed to have somebody like that in my corner.
I love it, and that's great to hear. And then you're having the shared experience with him, right? Going overseas, and not only teaching kids, but I feel like that's such a great bonding experience for you guys and your teammates in general, for the upcoming
Mm-hmm.
season, right? It's like this is a perfect time to do it. Um, but no, I appreciate you breaking that down, and it's like uh, hopefully, knock on wood, you have as long and prosperous of a career as Marshawn did, and the other names you mentioned. It's like that's a little running back that I didn't even realize. Like all the names you just read off there, it's like those are all really significant running backs. Now, with you mentioned the transfer portal. Is it tough having that shuffle, especially on the offense and like offensive line? Like what is that adjustment period when you like go into camp?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was tough my sophomore year, um, but I think that was due to a lack of leadership. I mean, everybody saw last year that you know we were having issues with finding our quarterback that dang near into week 7. So you know, it kind of made it hard for the team to find leaders, and even on my end, you know, I could have been a better leader, but I feel like this year there's been a huge step gain as far as leadership within the team, and not
Mhm.
only on my part, but my teammates as well, especially on the offense. And so it's made it easier to get these guys acquainted. You know, everyone is able to buy in as soon as they
Yep.
get. You know, as soon as they get here, we lay everything out and hey, this is us. This is what we do. This is how we do things around here. And if you want to get with it, you can
Mhm.
get with it. If not, you can sit your. I don't know if we curse, but
Yeah.
I'll
You,
keep
you,
it.
you can curse. You can curse.
Well, shoot, like you're not with it, get your ass to the sideline. Just sit there, man. Like, yeah,
No, I mean I love the coaching staff has instilled that culture, and I think that's a big part. Even talking about you coming up as a player, right? And how you progress throughout even like middle school, high school. Would you say like coaching has definitely set you up to like embrace that type of culture?
yeah, most definitely. I mean, I'm the type of player that doesn't like a coach that's easy on you. if you know my running back coach, Coach Aristotle Thompson, you know that he's hard on you, and that's what I enjoy in a coach, man. You know, pushing his players because he knows our limits and he knows how good we can be, and so he wants us to be as good as we can. So yeah, the coaching has definitely set us up and set me up personally. You know, I've always enjoyed a coach that's hard on you ever since, ever since I started playing football at 4 years old, man. I can remember my very first football coach, and he was hard on me. And I mean, of course, at times like you don't like it, but at the end of the day, when I go home, I sit there and look back on it, and I really appreciate it.
No, I love that you mentioned, you know, you started playing when you were 4 because, and I know you grew up in Chino, right?
Yeah, Southern California.
So SoCal guy. So I went to school in Whittier, so some of my best friends are from Chino. So, you know, big shout out to Chino. You know, love the area, but you know, you could tell like the culture around family is so important out there. Can you talk a little bit about how your family support has influenced your journey and then even impacted your performance on the field?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've had so much family support for as long as I can remember. I remember even growing up going to my uncle's football games. The whole family was out there, man. It wasn't just like or his mom and dad, my grandparents. It was the whole family, man. And that goes for anything he did, you know, like whether he was on the football field, he was also into the arts, he was doing in plays, and like he was also into music. And so any event that we were at, like we always had family support. And I feel like, and I'm Black and Samoan, so in both of those cultures, like football is a big thing. So, you know, when I have my family around at these games, like it just encourages me to always go harder. And, you know, my grandparents have been in every single college game since I started in 2022. You know, they've been out to Shreveport, Louisiana, and then all the way to our Cal games here at home. But yeah, they've been all over the country, and they plan on coming to these games at FSU. And then on top of that, man, another thing, you know, with the family is just growing up. I mean, even now, my dad always tells me before every game, he says, "Don't suck." And that kind of goes back to like enjoying a coach that's hard on you. You know, my dad is hard on me because he knows how good I can be. And so I appreciate that. And every time I go out on the field, I just have that in my mind, just not to suck.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask you, if that adds pressure, you know, having, you know, your grandparents, right? Your family at all those games, like knowing that everybody's watching, and I guess you know, you kind of answered that with your slogan there. Yeah.
No, I don't think it's really pressure. I think, you know, even especially right now here in the off season, again, my family does motivate me. You know, just when I'm working out, when things get hard, I think about my family oftentimes, and that helps me push through.
Yeah.
So during the season, it makes it way easier. I don't have to get in my head about it, worry about performing for my family, because I know, like, during the off season, I was working, thinking about them, and then it happened.
And you know, it's cool because, you know, you got two younger sisters who you know, you like to call the babies. How's that feel, kind of having them, you know, support you, you know, decked out in Cal gear and represent in the games?
Man, it's dope. I actually have 4 younger sisters, and then the two babies, yeah, man, they go to school in like their Cal gear. My mom will go to school in her Cal gear that I send her. You know, the 2 older sisters, not older than me, but they're in high school, and they you know, they're always so supportive. It just feels good, you know, to be able to have that support. You know, I know a lot of people who I've crossed paths with, and you know, have that support from their family. But I'm blessed.
Now, I know you're a SoCal guy. What drew you to Cal in the recruiting process, and let's think about it from, you probably talked about this a lot. I want you to think about maybe something that you don't remember mentioning that drew you to Cal in the recruiting process.
Man, like you said, I'm a Cali boy, man. Like,
Yeah.
I was considering a couple other schools, like, UCLA, USC, of course, because they're near to home, and then as well as Oregon State. But, Oregon State, far from the city. I don't even know. What is it, Corvallis? I think that's where they're at.
Corvallis, that's a good team, though. That would have been a good fit for you.
They are a good team. And then my cousin wound up there at one point, DJ Uyunglele. So it would have been cool to be able to play with him because,
Oh, DJ's your cousin.
Yeah, so, that was just another guy I grew up watching in the, little leagues, and then going on to high school and wanting to be like him.
Yeah.
So it would have been cool to play with him, but I was just like, man, Oregon State, nah, I'm a SoCal boy. And then I also thought about how USC and UCLA were way too close to home. Because, again, I'm Samoan.
Okay, so you want to get away a little bit.
Yeah, I'm Samoan, and I don't know if you know any Samoans, but, like, very family-orientated, man. Like,
yes,
barbecues every weekend, man, showing up to the house all the time. Like, I love it, but, sometimes I need my space. And so I was like, Cal's close enough to where they come to the games, but then they're not popping up every week after practice, after we do like 4 quarters, stuff like that.
No, I feel you. That's good that you've embraced NorCal, because it usually takes a while getting used to, especially the weather, right?
I love it.
when you're coming up north. You like it better?
Yeah, man, it's always a nice breeze out here.
Now, here we're gonna wrap up here with some rapid fire. So I'm gonna throw some random questions at you, not football related. So we'll get some interest from you, off the field. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Super speed.
Super speed? Okay. Well, that one you kind of fast, so it's like, it's like you just want to get a little faster. I get it. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah. Okay. Now, if you could invite 3 college football players out of your team to a party, who would it be? Who's your top 3 that you ride with?
All right, so I'm going to go Nate Burrell, number 1, Mason Starling, and Marcus Harris.
Okay. That's your crew. That's who you go ride with.
Yeah, I'm sliding with those 3.
Okay, I love it. If you could borrow one item, this is a funny one. If you could borrow one item from Shedeur Sanders for a day, what would it be?
Man, I seen he just bought his pops a house.
You borrow the house?
Hey, I'm gonna probably take that house. Yeah, I'm gonna need that house.
You gonna take the house? Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. If you could have a training session with Tom Brady, what would you ask him to teach you?
Man, what wouldn't I ask him? Maybe just ask for more tips on like reading defenses, reading coverages and blitzes and recognizing blitzes. I mean, you can always learn more. And I heard a fact about Tom Brady yesterday, because Patrick Laird, one of our former running backs, who's on the Buccaneers, he got a chance to play with Tom Brady, and he said that Tom Brady always sat in the same spot in every single meeting, and he always had a notebook and a pen on him, and was always taking notes, and he was always eager to learn new things. And he's been in the league for 20 years. I would definitely ask him some more tips on reading coverages and blitzes.
Okay. Now, who do you think is more competitive, JT on the football field, or Simone Biles in the gym doing her thing?
Dang, that's tough. You know what? I'm gonna have to go with Simone Biles.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna see where
And
you were gonna go with that because that would be my answer too.
the reason being is because, man, that gymnastics is like a one person sport. Like, there's no gray
Yep.
area. It's either you get your points and that's what you get. Like, I feel like a lot more goes into sports like that where it's just you, like that, tennis, boxing,
Mhm.
track. Like, I would say she might work harder than JT.
Yeah. I'm with you, bro. The workouts are no joke. Definitely respect. All right. So what's the first thing you're buying when you get that NFL contract?
Well, honestly, my plan is to not buy anything. I'm gonna put that game check away. All that money I earn
Okay.
from, you know, from games in the NFL. I want to live off of my endorsement money. But the first thing I would buy, if I were to just go splurge, man, that's tough. I'll probably buy me a real nice car. I love Mercedes Benz. I'll probably trick
Okay.
out a Benz.
Trick out of Benz. Okay. That's not too bad. That answer
Yeah.
could have been a lot worse. If you could invite Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift to a dinner party, what would you cook?
Man, I'll cook some unseasoned chicken.
Unseasoned chicken. Yeah, that's funny.
Throw
That's a
some
low
salt and
blow
pepper
right
on
there.
that mug.
Oh man, at least Travis got that Kansas City barbecue, right?
Oh, he does?
Because he loved that barbecue out there in KC.
Man, I gotta find
You
out
got to
about
have
that.
that when you're planning KC. You got to go check out that barbecue scene because we don't have barbecue like that in the Bay. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Yep.
Now, what's your favorite video game you're playing right now?
UFC 5.
UFC 5? Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not
You're a
gonna lie,
combat guy.
I'm trash. I'm trash on the sticks. I can't play Madden to save my life. I
Yeah.
can barely play UFC, but
Okay.
I have fun with the guys.
Okay. Okay. Respect. I like that. I like that you're honest. If you could, I mean, you already answered the NFL teammate one. Okay. This is a good one to end off on. If you could instantly master any other sport, which one would you choose?
Golf. I played the wrong
Golf.
sport. I played the wrong sport. I should have
I
mastered golf. I'm pissed my dad didn't put me in golf or baseball. Man, Tiger Woods was just over here yesterday taking his daughter on a tour, and I wish I could
really.
have. Yeah, I should have asked him for some golf tips, man. I go out there on the grass, and every time I hit it, I can't decide if it's gonna go left, right, straight, or backwards. Like it's not even on me.
But why do you want to make? You just love playing that much?
No, because they make cheese.
Yeah, but that's the top. That's like the top 2-3 guys. You're gonna be making more than right, like 5 to 100.
But you said if I had to choose a sport to
Master,
master,
I did say Matt. You know what? You got me there. So you're saying you'd
yeah,
rather be the top golfer than the top
uh-huh,
football player?
yep.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. Good. I mean, I can't even hate on you on that one. You take that one wisely.
Yeah, I put a lot of thought into that one.
Nah, respect. Maybe we'll see. Okay, so we got to get you in some of those celebrity golf tournaments while you're up and rolling. We'll come in and cover that and shoot some content around that. That'll be fun.
Got to, yeah.
But no, Jaydn, I really appreciate the time. I can't wait to see the content that comes out when y'all go to Europe. And are teaching the kids in Italy. That's going to be fun, and obviously good luck with the upcoming season. And give us a prediction. What's the record going to be? What's the Cal record going to be? What are y'all competing for this year?
What do we promise? 12 games?
Yes,
Okay, yeah, 12-0.
12-0. Okay,
12-0.
okay. I love the confidence. I like the pressure you're putting on the boys.
We don't plan on losing.
Okay. Respect. But no, man, I appreciate the time. This was great. And yeah, look forward to seeing you play next year.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, this was fun.